Hi, and welcome to Nyah TV. Follow my mum on her journey as she navigates her first tech product, Trybe.
Do you know what I mean? Hi everyone, my name's Nyah. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm also a singer-songwriter. I have been in business for myself since I left Foot Locker, which was many moons ago. If I tell you the year I left Foot Locker, it would probably give you my age, and we're not really going to do that today. But yeah, I'm a founder, and my recent venture is a mobile app, which is going to be Mum's secret weapon. Does anybody have children in the audience? Oof, wow, okay, so everyone can share the stresses that I will explain later. Yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
Perfect. So thank you for that early sort of introduction. So I'd just like to find out from you, and I want to start sort of from that earlier stage. So what sort of challenges and what are the biggest challenges you face at the start of sort of getting your app together?
Okay, so probably one of the biggest challenges that I faced when getting to grips with a mobile app, because that's what we're talking about today. My mobile app was thinking about the finance behind it, interviewing, trying to find a tech person. I'm a non-technical founder, so my background is nothing to do with building apps or websites or anything. So trying to find the best fit for my app was probably my biggest challenge.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you. And just to go into a bit of depth about what your app is and your business, could you give the audience a bit about that?
Okay, so before having my daughter in 2017, as I said, I've been a singer. I've also ran my own printing company, and I had a fashion business. Always spinning a lot of plates, undiagnosed ADHD, never sat still for more than 3 seconds, always doing 500 things at once. So having my daughter to me, when I got pregnant, I thought, it's gonna be a breeze. I've stayed up all night working on my businesses. I've performed up and down the country. I've managed myself. How hard can having a child be? And then she came, and how wrong was I? I felt like, what the hell is going on? Now, me and her dad had a pretty good relationship. I mean, we're married now, so we had a good relationship. But when she came, I just felt like we were just out of sync. I felt like I was the oracle. I felt like I had to have all the answers, even though we were both first-time parents. What shoe size is she? I don't know. What nappy size is she? What Aptamol is she on now? I just felt like the questions were coming thick and fast, and I just was always the one that had to have the answers, as well as still manage my business, as well as still trying to stay creative and write my songs. I was now the oracle for a little tiny human, and I had to have all the answers, and I just didn't have the answers. And I felt an overwhelming amount of stress, and I just didn't really know what to do, and I couldn't work out why we were not in sync anymore, because we was in sync for so many years before. So I had a printing business. I decided at that time, do you know what? I'm gonna sell my printing business. I couldn't manage the day-to-day as well as managing my daughter, and I thought that's gonna be the answer, because I'm gonna free myself up some time. So done a small exit, sold the business, at home, more time with my daughter, and it got worse. There were more questions, and I still needed to know all of the answers, and that's when Trybe was born. I decided and thought to myself, if I can fully create a business, systemize a business, hand the whole business over to someone and have them run it without me being there, then what if I could systemize certain things to do with my daughter so that my husband could step in when he needed, my mum could step in when she needed, her godparents could step in when they needed, and have all the tools that they need to be able to raise the champion that I'm trying to raise. And that's how Trybe was born, and that is what I'm building.
Yeah, brilliant. Now, how did you find sort of that startup initially and sort of getting on your feet? What was the sort of things you felt there?
I felt a lot of apprehension about moving into a space that wasn't, to me, creative. Fashion, very creative, and as an expression of myself. Even printing T-shirts for other people, it was still creative. So I found it really daunting to get my head around the terminologies, the understanding, like, where do you start building an app? Where do you actually start? And I remember saying to my friend, I was telling her about the idea, she goes, come on, you can do this. And I'm like, yeah, but I just don't even know where to start. She took me, went to a cafe, got a notebook out, and she drew around my phone, and she said, just draw inside the phone what you want the pages to look like. And I was like, oh, okay. Still didn't really know what to do, but then I just started. I started looking at other apps. I started using other apps. I started looking at what did I want my app to look like and what did I want it to feel like. It's very, very, very tough stepping out of your comfort zone. And I found it really difficult for the first couple of years to get my teeth into it. I think the entrepreneurial spirit for me has always been inside of me. When I was about 8, my mum told me this story that I was outside. Back in the 80s, you could play on the street with your mates, yeah? So I was out, I've got a younger sister, and we're all out, all the kids, I'm very bossy, very loud, as you can tell, and I had all the kids around, and I said, right, guys, what we're doing today, we're gonna sell perfume. And I got my mum's, I remember she had this marble thing that she used to do the herbs in, and I've slipped them out of the house, and they've got all the kids, and they're going in the gardens, and they're getting flowers, and we're making this perfume, and I'm bottling it, I'm selling it. And then there was a knock at the door, and everyone knew you do not knock that door. Because if you knock the door, you're getting in and you're not coming back out. So I'm thinking, who knocked the door? I'd heard the bell ring, and it was this Irish lady from down the road, and she went ballistic. They've ruined my garden! Screaming because all the kids had taken out all of the flowers. I got into shitloads of trouble, had to go and, the money that I made, I think I made about £1.50, I had to go and buy back flowers. But as I got older, my mum said to me, like, what she saw in me at that time was, like, I was innovative. I wanted to make money and I wanted to be in business. I went about it the wrong way. But I think that's my earliest experience of knowing, like, I've always wanted to be in business for myself.
Perfect. And what would you sort of define as success? I think every founder's sort of got their own sort of version of what success looks like, but it'd be great to hear from you what you sort of define.
Success for me is it's a spiritual one. It's not tangible in a product, it's not tangible in finance, it's not tangible in anything that you are going to put in your home. It's something that is inside of you, and it gives you the sense of achievement. And for me, success has come in very many different ways, in small things that I would never even think that, to me, that is success. Like when I ran my fashion company, for a long time when I was building it out, I wanted to do a custom t-shirt section. I had a chain that I designed, and I wanted you to be able to put your name in it. And it took me about 12 months to get the tech into my website at the time. And I remember once it was done, I was so happy. I think I made 3 t-shirts sales off of the what I wanted. But the success to me was in the completion. I had an idea, it was in my head, and then it was on the computer, and it was an active thing. So for me, the success is in the small wins, because it's within the small wins that can get you to the big win. And the big win is great, but that high of the win just doesn't last very, very long, because then you're just on to the next one. So I live in the small wins.
Yeah, brilliant. Now, I just want to touch on sort of the impact that Eagle Labs has had on you, and you're part of the Black Founder Accelerator cohort this year. I just want to sort of find out sort of what you've taken, and what are the best things you've taken from being on the Black Founder Accelerator. Okay,
so before applying to be on any accelerators, I was very apprehensive. Every entrepreneur thinks they know it all. I definitely thought I knew absolutely everything. I lived in the pockets of my business that I enjoyed the most. I lived in the design, in the screens, lived in all the marketing challenges and how can we promote this on TikTok. And I was very apprehensive about even applying for anything, because the idea of having to sit still and do a masterclass and listen to an expert just made me, I didn't want to do it. So I was very apprehensive. And then I got to a stage where, like, I'd hit my limits, I'd hit my ceiling. And I've applied for 2 years to get onto the course. And this year I got onto the course. And when I got on, I didn't even think I was going to get on. So I wasn't ready. And then I had a breakdown. Like, oh my God, it's the summer holidays. And how am I going to, like, I'm not going to complete, because how am I going to sit? And I didn't do uni, and all these negative things started flying at me. And it's the best thing I've ever done. I have been privy to things that I didn't understand I needed in my business. I've been surrounded by amazing founders that are way ahead of me. Some are a little bit behind me. And I'm learning things that I didn't understand that was so important and pivotal to my actual business. I think it provides a safe space to ask really dumb questions. I'm not scared to be the person that says, did she really say that? Because I really want to learn. And it taught me a valuable lesson about myself. I actually don't give up, and I don't incomplete, and I can sit still and pay attention, and I can complete the mission. And I think Eagle Labs gives you that warmth and that friendly, you can do this and you're not going to quit. And if you need help, just ask. Every single time we're on a call, every single time someone hits me up, everyone always asks, Nyah, what do you need? And I think when you're a founder and you're an entrepreneur and you're building your business, you don't realize that there are so many people out there that are willing to help you. They're willing to connect the dots. They're willing to do the intro. They're willing to see you do well. Because if you do well, then it makes them feel good. And I think that's what I get from Eagle Labs.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you for that. And what advice would you give to sort of other entrepreneurs that are considering joining the Eagle Labs? What would that thing that you say, getting those lines to draw?
I think you have to look at yourself and the type of founder that you are. I think if you're a real introvert and you don't really want to talk to anyone and be around anyone and take advice, then it's probably not the place for you. I think you have to be willing to have the conversations. You have to be willing to strip back and understand that there might be a critique coming, but understand that this environment can actually help you elevate to the next level. And that's why I would say that you should consider it.
Brilliant. And what's next for you and Trybe? Tell the audience.
Well, I am in MVP stage, which basically means my app is out there. We're on the iOS store. We just went to Google Play last week. It's an MVP, which means it's not exactly where I want it, but we're living with our customers. I'm getting feedback from people. And, my vision is that I can alleviate just a little bit of stress in relationships when either parenting or co-parenting. Save the WhatsApp for date night and use Trybe for all the tasks about the kids.
Brilliant. Well, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
If you like this video, make sure you like, subscribe, share and comment down below.